This way. Thank you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
So what are your expectations from today's proceedings?
Is that justice will be done, of course, in accordance with the rule of law. That's what I'm expecting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's my daughter. Take advantage of my daughter.
How far? These people want to turn my brain this morning. You expected me.
Hello. The Waymaker. We are seeing a serious jubilation, celebration in the southeastern part of the country, across the length and breadth of Biafra land. And the reason is not far-fetched, because evidence coming from the court is already showing that Nnamdi Kanu never possessed any weapon of terrorism on him as at the time of arrest. And these are got people talking and celebrating. And we understand that the governors of the region are already regretting all the role they played against him. But let me get the reaction.
Thank you for having me on this channel this morning. I've said it several times without number that Nnamdi Kanu no commit no offense. And that's what has confirmed in the court, because there's no any ammunition that was being found under his possession. As I used to say that Nnamdi Kanu are not the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria are the Fulani headers. The problem of Nigeria are these old takers, the politicians who have taken the resources of this country to be their personal wealth. They are the problem of Nigeria. Come to look at it, Samuel Ekpan has been restricted not to communicate with Biafrans. Nnamdi Kanu under the DSS. Killing has been going on in the southeast. Have you asked yourself what is causing the killing? I thought they said that if Samuel Ekpan is being old, if Samuel Ekpan is no more speaking with Biafra, killing will stop. Why is killing still everywhere? Why is the people from Enugu are shouting that they can no longer to find? So that's to tell you that all this energy Nigerian government is wasting in Nnamdi Kanu as Samuel Ekpan is not needed. They should channel this energy on how to end Boko Haram. They should channel this energy on how to end this Fulani herdsmen. My people have been killing in Benue. My people have been killing in Plateau. Yet Tinubu for the sound. As if Tinubu is not concerned. One of the reasons that we prefer the Southern candidate in 2023, some of us will split our vote for Peter Obi, some of us vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was because we want to end this Fulani feeling that they own Nigeria by going from one place to another to kill people, by inviting Fulani from different Africa to come Nigeria, to come and take over Nigeria. Little did we know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu would deal with the worst of Buhari. As I speak to you now, the killing that is going on in my own region, in Benue, in Middle Belt, in Benue, in Plateau, is Tinubu is not speaking. What is happening? Is Tinubu using all the Middle Belt to play politics? I will say we can no longer take it. Enough is enough. And that's why we are saying that Nnamdi Kanu commit no offense. Everything Nnamdi Kanu preached over 10 years ago, he was only voice in the wilderness, shouting, preaching this message about the agenda of Fulani, about them taking over Nigeria, Islamizing this country. And that is what is going on. Are they not killing in the Yoruba land? Are they not killing in the southeast? Are they not killing in the Middle Belt? They are killing everywhere. So if Nigeria were to be a country that value people, Nnamdi Kanu will have been valued and protected by armies because he was the one against all odds. He came out to tell Nigeria to prepare ahead. Nnamdi Kanu was just like the case of Joseph. Joseph, when the king of Egypt dreams and he could not understand the dream, they called on Joseph to come and interpret. And Joseph interpreted the dream to Pharaoh and told you that this thing you saw 7 cows, fat one, and tiny cows. This is how it's going to be. They are going to be abundant 7 years. They are going to be famine in 7 years. What you will do, harvest all these things. Let's have it in storehouse. And what happened to the children in the land of Egypt? When they were farming in other places, the 7 years that the Egyptians used to gather food items with the help of Joseph's interpretation of dream was what saved the children of Egypt. To the extent that the people of Canaan, they moved to Egypt to go and secure, to go and survive. And that's what is happening in Nigeria today. Many Nigeria today are running from Nigeria, go to Europe, go to Ghana, to go countries that which not possible to go. I wish Nigeria government listened to Nnamdi Kanu, remove sentiment of hatred against Igbos. And what this young man is saying about this Fulani, could it be? And we projected and they work fast, all these things will have not happened. Today, as I speak to you, Buhari confirmed me, the former president, that the Fulani men that are killing are not Nigerians. That they are Mali, Burkina Faso Fulani that came to Nigeria. But the question I want to ask you this morning is that how did these Fulani men come into Nigeria? Buhari and APC imported these people come. How did they import it? Buhari told Nigeria that if Jonathan forced himself in Nigeria in 2015, he's going to make his government ungovernable. And today, nobody is questioning Buhari. That statement you make, that statement is what we are facing today. That you can see this Fulani moving from one place to another. They are killing people, driving people. In my place in Benue, in Plateau, they kill people, they take over their land. Even the governor of Benue came to national news channel and told Nigeria that, oh, the people, the Fulani that are killing my people, they are not Nigeria Fulani, they are Benue. Oswald. If they are not Nigeria Fulani, what are you waiting for to the president? Oh, the federal government did not give us access to hold gun. You will wait until they buy all your people. Is that what we are saying? So what am I saying in essence is that Nnamdi Kanu should be protected by all costs. We are believing that Justice Omotosho, as he has pleaded for Nnamdi Kanu, that he is sorry for delaying for 10 years for this job. That he's going to do all his possible best to bring justice for Nnamdi Kanu. And he's already working on it. Within 2 weeks, Nnamdi Kanu has appeared in court over to three times, and he promised that on the 8th of May that the judgment will come. So we are waiting on the 8th of May to see what they will do. But we know that they cannot do anything otherwise. But Nnamdi Kanu commit no offense. He commit no offense. That's why when Buhari government unleashed the hatred of Igbos, the hatred he have against Igbos on Nnamdi Kanu by declaring IPOB as a terrorist organization, a lot of us we stood and we condemned it. That act was unlawful. That act was condemnable. Even despite they are still trying all their possible means for the world to recognize IPOB as a terrorist. The world did not recognize IPOB as a terrorist. Tell me any world who believes that IPOB is a terrorist today. Nobody. It's only in Nigeria here they're making us to realize that IPOB is a terrorist. They are never. IPOB did not start under Buhari government. IPOB started under Jonathan. But what did Jonathan? Jonathan ignored them. They were going on with their flags. Oh, give us Biafra. We want to leave Nigeria. Of course, they have every right to agitate to leave Nigeria. After the Biafra war, the one called the Igbo, come together, let's form one Nigeria. No victor, no vanquish. But after the Biafra war, tell me any sensitive position that Igbos have ever held since after the Biafra war. They are not allowed them to rule. They say they are not good to be a president of Nigeria. The only thing they have to do for Biafra, the only thing they have to do Biafra, thanks to Obasanjo, who in his own magnitude bring Igbo in to become a senior president during his time, and make a Igbo man to be a president. But that one is enough. It was not enough. It wasn't enough. You could see that how Nigeria economy was flying like eagles under Obasanjo because Obasanjo allowed the Igbos to be in the front lines of his economy. And Nigeria was moving fast. Nigeria was flying like eagles under Obasanjo to 2015 because Igbos were in the front of the economy. They were in the front of the economy. But the moment Buhari came, because of the hatred he had against the Igbos, and he sidelined the Igbos, he felt that Igbos are not good enough. He brought his people, the Fulani men, put them on the top position. They crumbled the economy of Nigeria. And today we are
the way we are coming, because I understand that the other time when Igbos, Biafra gathered in Latin Finland for the declaration of Biafra, of course it was done under the watchful eye of international media. Just like it said, the countries like United States of America, Britain, like world body like UN, European Union, didn't see IPOB as a terrorist organization. Could it be the reason IPOB is excelling everywhere in the world, contrary to the position of the Nigerian government?
No, the truth of the matter is that the world knows what IPOB is fighting for. IPOB is fighting, they want to go on their own, and every other country in the world you see today, many countries are also agitating, they want to go to Spain. They are part of Catalonia are saying they want to go on their own, go to other countries. So it's not a crime. Now that you don't allow them to rule, it's between Yoruba and the Hausa, they are ruling this country. Yoruba and Hausa seek this country. Because if you have never given me a time to rule, you cannot tell me I'm part of people that spoil the country. It has been from Yoruba to Hausa, from Hausa to Yoruba. You don't allow Igbo man to come and rule. That's why in 2023 we say, okay, since we have seen the best and the worst of Fulani and Hausa, we have seen the best and the worst of Yoruba, let's try and see what Igbo man can offer. And that's why you see that a lot of us, people from the middle belt, you see that Peter Obi won Nasarawa, Peter Obi win Plateau, Peter Obi win, he pulled a lot of weight in the middle belt. We were tired about the killings.
But you recall that the minister, foreign affairs minister of the foreign affairs minister of Russia was very emphatic the other time that going forward, countries of the world, UN, European Union, should start respecting self-determination. And we know that once you talk about self-determination globally, the first thing that comes to mind is Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra.
Yeah, that's why we are saying that Nnamdi Kanu is, for me, he's not doing anything wrong by fighting for Biafra for his people. You know, I keep saying it that Nnamdi Kanu is preaching the right message he's supposed to preach. We are prolonging the evil days in this country. The earlier you allow everybody to go, the earlier will be better for us. Igbo will have be the Japan of Africa. Igbo will have be the China of Africa now, if they allow Biafra to go. And it will be of a benefit to every other African country in the world. By holding Igbo, you are pinning them down. You say, oh, if we allow Igbo to grow, they will dominate. We are doing ourselves. These people are talented. These people are blessed by God. That's why you see Igbo man will have a shop near you. Before you know, you expand, they have 5 shops. You think, oh, how did he do it? It's not a magic. They were born by it. It's not juju. Juju know they do business. Oh, this man is a ritualist. You go carry juju for a land, come they do business. Go do your own juju. If it is by juju. These are people that are blessed. If you look at most of the countries that are doing well in the world, Igbos are in the front of their economy because they are gifted. They might not go to school, though. Most of them don't go to school. They do well more than professors. You see, Igbo boy, you know, go school. He cannot even write his name, but he's a millionaire. What is he selling? Many things. They know the brain is there. They are born with it. The Bible says you cannot cause whom God has blessed. I feel that the Igbos are blessed by God. Don't forget that their origin is from their Jews. You guys. So the reason Nigerians we are where we are now is because of the hatred against Igbos as a nation. Buhari did it. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I think he will do different. He's always doing the work because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is more or less Yoruba government. People can condemn a Buhari who is a military man. How can we not condemn a Tinubu who is a civilian? Who said he's a Democrat? Who has run away from the dictatorship of Abacha? So all we are saying that if you want Nigeria to be better, bring Igbo back. Let Igbo be in the appeal of the economy of Nigeria, and you see Nigeria will rise up again. All these shenanigans, economy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. Look at the Minister of Power. Where he tell you, we have badge A, we have badge B, Minister of Power. Do you see the light? Nigeria are paying through their nose, but we don't see the light. As I speak to you now, yesterday, he said Nigeria should be get ready because the tariff will be hiked again. Nigeria are paying through their nose. And that is what you get when you put people who have nothing to offer in the place of authority. That's what you have.
Let me say very thank you for your time. This is a good place to let me go.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I've seen a video, Mr. Chinedu Michael, where Nnamdi Kanu was explaining to some Israelites that he chose to come to Israel instead of UK after the Operation Python dance that saw him run away from Nigeria. He said because he feels safer in the midst of the Israel who are his brothers.
Of course, Martin Nnamdi Kanu has made it very clearly. You know, he has brought the Zionist ideology to the Biafran agenda. He has also brought the lineage of religion of the Jewish people, you know, the Orthodox Jews in Israel, in terms of, you know, the way and manner they worship. You know, Martin Nnamdi Kanu, you know, is a Judaist. You know, he believes in that concept of religion of Judaism. You know, and Judaism is where almost all the world leaders, you know, there's no world leader and there's not part of this group or forum, and so Nnamdi Kanu is a member of, he's a Judaist, he practices Judaism,
And of course, he told them that he worshipped here in Israel.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. So, if you look at Nnamdi Kanu at every point in time, both the way he dresses and everything, he signifies that he is a Jewish man and that he's proud to be a Jew. And every point in time, we are seeing the Biafras, taking up solidarity, support for the plight of injustice meted against the Biafrans, against the Igbos, the extreme marginalization, and thereafter, you always see Israeli flag. If you go to Henri, let me put it that way, there is, an anchor of David in the Henri kingdom till tomorrow, till today. If you still go there, you see it.
Now let me go ask this question. What informed and influenced the Star of David on the on the flag of Biafra?
No, the fact is that, that is the source, that is where we are coming from, and it has been proven over the years that is where we are coming from, and that is what we are. If it is not where we are coming from, how come the ancient people that were able, to relocate, to migrate from Middle East or Africa at that time? But remember, where you are calling Middle East, that now, what was it called before? Where we are calling Middle East now, what was it called before? Go and find out yourself what it was called before, and know actually who are the ancient black Hebrews. Then that will give you a signal that if those people did not come from that, there's no need. Ancient people, 7,000 BCE, they are still maintaining their source without anybody telling them. So it tells you that that is their source, and that is where they come from. I don't think there's any tribe in Africa. Yes, I can tell you, because when I visited Uri, a kingdom, I discovered it, and I asked questions. Find out whether there is any tribe, black tribe in Africa, where you go to a particular location and you discover similarities of the ancient Jewish kingdom.
Maybe I should even ask you this question. The Obi of Owa, that is the community where Okowa comes from, said recently that his kingship, his people migrated from Uri in Anambra State.
Okay, that is it. You see, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this construction of wickedness by the British government, to make sure that anything that has to do with Africa is fragmented. Look at Macron now threatening the whole of Africa because of Iran Traore. Now they will not allow Africa to even have a military, a force. That will not happen under the Western watch. So what does that tell you? It tells you a lot of things, that these people sat somewhere in Berlin and shared Africa. So it tells a lot of things was balkanized, a lot of things was destroyed, a lot of stories was killed, a lot of genealogy, so many things that could have defined the identity of the people. We are virtually destroyed by the version of the British colonial masters at that time. And it tells you that, when I said it very clearly before, that Igala is an offshoot of Idu that gave birth to Godomigodo is from the same village. But they will not tell you that the Bini is just a minor tribe, just like Ibanke, in the entire Edo state. That the Asian people too are questionable. Then if you look at that Idu, as at that time, before it become Igodomigodo, from Igodomigodo it become the so-called Edo state we are talking about today, or whatever we are talking about today. God, look at the tribes that make up the Benin tribe. Who are they? Ask questions, you still discover the truth. So the man from Okowa's local government, who is saying that the king, the Obi of Owa, who is saying that they came from a kingdom, and he's just being very honest to himself. So that's the picture. That's what it is. And these histories have been there. Okay, now let me ask you, how come the Portuguese, the first explorers that set their foot on this part of the world, when there was no West Africa, East Africa, North Africa, bros, even Middle East, I said it before, and go and cross check, this Middle East I'm talking about today, what was the name of that Middle East before it was called Middle East? You can go and find that yourself. So you know what I'm saying at this point is that, you know, it came to that point where the Portuguese themselves said, do you know where the boundary of Biafra? You know, it was them that named Biafra. They brought that Biafra name to popularity. It was the Portuguese, not the British. And that was why I was saying at every point in time, then where did they get the name? So look at what they drafted as the Bight of Biafra in the old ancient Eastern province. That's what they call it. And what they wrote about the people they met here. So you can see the hand of the Britain in making sure that Africa never come together, African consciousness never come together. Everything that has to do with Africanism, you know, especially the Igbo people are being subjected simply because the Igbo people champion African independence, and they see it as a threat to them. That was the only offense.
I was saying that there's a video where you can clearly see an Israeli lamenting and blaming Britain for joining different ethnicities together.
Of course, it's real.
So it means the consciousness has gone to that level.
Yes, of course, that's what it is, you know, and it's spreading, you know, because people are coming back to begin to dig the truth now, especially given what is happening in Burkina Faso now. So that consciousness is spreading. Africa is beginning to regain that consciousness, and you see most of those things, and that's just like what the Bible said, that through one man salvation came to the world, and through one man sin came to the world. I said through one man salvation and consciousness must come to Africa for Africans to arise. There's no how, you know, if Africa rise to all these people will begin to, you know, ask us bring the burden of IMF, World Bank and all that, and they will not allow us to have an independent thinking of our own. And that's what people are saying. How come, you know, China is not speaking English? How come Japan is not speaking English? How come so many countries are not speaking English? What is wrong with Africa? Why must Africa not be Africa? And that is what Nnamdi Kanu is talking about. And that is the same line the Jewish people are trying to make sure that they protect their generation, they protect who they are, and they protect their identity.
I must say very big thank you. I must let you go at this point. Thank you very much.